A lot of people think that when they get a crush, it's going to be on sunshine and rainbows. But the truth is, it can get a lot more serious than that. And it can bring you to a place that I was in and that I'm still trying to come out of. It's very dark and makes you overthink basically every aspect of every interaction that you had with her. Most guys will give you tips or hype you up on how to approach her, but no one will actually give you the dark reality on what can come from liking that girl, especially if she's not interested or doesn't like you back, which I'm gonna explain. So you find a girl you like. Congratulations. You basically just sold your soul. And I don't want to scare you or seem over dramatic, but that's basically what it can come down to depending on your situation or how introverted you might be. Because when you start liking someone, you're gonna seek their validation in some sort of way, which is a form of external validation, which is the worst type of validation. Because you lose sight in what the universe, or in this case, I'm gonna say God, has gifted you with. And the only validation that you really ever need is you, yourselves, and your higher self. And when you start liking that girl, not only do you seek her validation, but you start going out of your way for things that you may or may not regularly do. And literally 75% of the time, she doesn't give a shit. Not only that, but you lose your self confidence, your godly confidence, your godly respect, and your self respect. And when you don't respect yourself, you start seeking other people's respect. And in reality, you can't just make someone respect you. An example in my situation would be getting jacked and getting super lean and building muscle. Because even though I got super good at calisthenics and I got really strong, my crush didn't really care or notice. And that's not going to give you the confidence really to go up to her and say those things, because you know deep down in your heart she may or may not give a shit. If your crush is into that stuff, then go for it. But for most guys, for most regular guys, that's not it. Especially if it's like a smart girl too. But that's not the point of the video. And then to top it all off, you start beefing with random guys that she just talks to that she's not even interested in. You just beef with them for no reason. It might be small or little or just in your head, but still. Like me for example, I remember like one day, every time that she spoke to someone with a dick, I would immediately like start thinking, oh man, I could be that guy in a fight. Oh, and it got to a point where I had to stop. Thankfully, I stopped early on. I stopped doing that. Well, just as a joke mostly, but you get what I mean. And take everything with a grain of salt. This is just from my experience, especially that part. I don't think many other guys can relate to that, but just follow along. Now, I say all that to say, using her as motivation to drive yourself and improve yourself isn't a bad thing. It took me pretty far. I got confidence to speak to the camera. I also got, again, it drove me in the gym with my motivation and stuff. Every time I would think of her, I'd probably get another rep or two. But that's just me. Everyone's different. Just do your own thing. To top it all off, you start overthinking probably not just anything with her, but probably literally every aspect of your life. You're thinking about her nonstop, or oh, what could I have done to talk to her, or oh, how should I have spoken to her, or should I have held the door for her? You start overthinking literally everything, and then you start blaming yourself. And if it gets too far, like it did with me, you can start hating yourself, which is what happened to me. For a while, I hated myself because I didn't have the confidence to talk to her, or I was just overthinking it. But in reality, I was just introverted, and nothing was wrong with me. I just didn't know how to go up and talk to her. Eventually, I developed the confidence, but now the situation is like really in a bad spot and it's kind of over. And I might touch on that in a future video. And when you start blaming yourself for these things, it's a form of self torture. And you start torturing yourself basically over how you could be in a relationship with this girl or hypothetical situations. And the least likely it is, the worse it gets, which is what happened with me with my crush, because she doesn't date boys, and I had to come to respect that. No matter how much I hated the reality or how pretty I thought she was, how much we related, I thought we related, you have to respect her wishes. But yeah, as I was saying, this type of torture, it's self torture, and the torture you do to yourself is the worst type of torture. So if you're ever in a situation with a girl and you're overthinking the shit out of it, just don't. Don't blame yourself, but also just don't overthink and just YOLO it, if I'm being honest. Do some breathing exercises. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Everyone's different. Just do your own thing. But yeah, that's basically it. See ya.